So tell us about this particular product, why it was created. This is a great formula.
Yeah. So, and just, I think you were alluding to, we had a kind of a makeover recently. So we updated our labels. I can show you what the new pregnancy labels look like. This is not the exact same formula, but this is what the new look is.
Okay.
Baby Blues is now called Postpartum Emotional. We always are trying to make things as approachable as possible, give
Yes.
people the connection to why they want to be taking it. And postpartum emotional is a beautiful formula. So we know after giving birth, hormone levels change quickly.
Yeah.
They drop off a cliff, and then we go on a little roller coaster of getting back to normal. So it's very, very normal postpartum to have these emotional ups and downs, right?
Yes.
You sort of feel overwhelmed in certain moments, irrationally kind of sad or angry or just overwhelmed. So postpartum emotional, one of the big things at Wishgarden that we remind people that plants can do is work in 5 minutes. We can get you 5-minute symptom relief from plants, and that is exactly what postpartum emotional is doing. So when you're in the midst of one of those overwhelming moments, you take the postpartum emotional, and very quickly it helps to support a lift in the spirits, sort of a relax of the overwhelm. It's really working on the nervous system with a little support of the hormones, which is, of course, what's going on postpartum. Mm-hmm. So this is great in the moment relief from those overwhelming emotional moments postpartum.
And that's exactly the feedback we've had on that product. Women feel it pretty fast. Mm-hmm. And they'll come in and say, geez, what does it work? Actually, their husbands will come in and say, hey, does it really work that fast? Well, I say, well, did you see it work that fast? And they'll say, oh, yeah. So it's a wonderful product. So
yeah, I'd like to buy a gallon of that, as the dads would say. But let me just say something, joking aside. I didn't really realize how real postpartum depression, postpartum, whatever comes along with it, anxiety, everything. I didn't realize how real it was until my wife called me one day. It was maybe a few months after Olivia was born. She goes, you need to come home and come home now. Cause I did the morning show then. So I drove home and I walked in, and physically her face didn't look the same. Mm-hmm. She looked like a different person. Mm-hmm. And because she was suffering through postpartum. And so what did I do? Of course, send her right to Claudia, and it works. I mean, it's real and it works. So thank you, Jamie, for products like this on behalf of moms and dads everywhere.
Yes,
absolutely. And it is very real. Hormones are a big area of our health, and they change. There's many phases for, men and women, but especially women, where hormones go through significant changes, and postpartum is one of those big significant changes. And sometimes the body just has a harder time navigating the shifts in the hormone levels, and this is where some of the symptoms come from. And so using plants as an option, as a first line of defense to support the body in processing all those hormones, it's real, it's powerful. It's definitely something I love for every postpartum mom to have in her toolkit. And I always say, especially with that formula, get it on hand before you deliver. After delivery, as I'm sure you guys know, things get crazy. It becomes all about the baby. The mom loses focus on herself, and an issue comes up, and you don't have time to, okay, which health food store carries this? I mean, if you live near Claudia, great. But if you don't, you got to run around and find it. So buy it before you deliver, so it's ready there to use the moment you need it.
And I always remind people, there's beautiful independent health food stores all over the United States. Go find them in your neck of the woods. They're there to support you, and they love your support, and it all works beautifully together. But, with this product is an example of when we nourish and balance, the human body is able to do amazing things. And, unfortunately, a lot of women going through postpartum, they go to the doctor and, we know what they're written a script, which oftentimes just makes things even more difficult, more challenging. Mm-hmm. So always nourish first, everybody.